And Marcus, you're also taking a close look at Ukraine and what's going to be happening to the economy there. There's a lot of warnings about financial collapse at this stage.
Indeed. Let's take a look at one of those warnings. A global banking group has warned that the clock is ticking for the international community to provide Ukraine with aid after the departure of President Yanukovych over the weekend. The International Institute of Finance says Ukrainian state coffers are essentially empty. The IIF represents around 450 major banks around the world. It says Ukraine needs urgent help and that it could run out of cash in the next few weeks or so. It also says that Ukraine's foreign exchange reserves fell from $16 billion to just $12 billion just during January. Now, Russia pledged in November to help Ukraine with a $15 billion lifeline, but the next $2 billion installment has been put on hold, as Russia says it needs to know who it's dealing with. French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius, meanwhile, he's calling on Russia to act.
What we know is that Ukraine's financial situation is very bad. That's for certain. In terms of aid for Ukraine, that is yet to be determined. There is what Russia has promised, and it is to be hoped that our Russian friends and partners can carry on with their support.
OK, next we're going to look at the Mobile World Congress, which is underway in Barcelona. It's one of the biggest events in the diary of the global mobile industry. It's known, as I say, as the Mobile World Congress, and it includes some 75,000 participants. In terms of headlines, on the first day, Nokia unveiled its first smartphone that run on Google's Android operating system. The three phones are also intended to target emerging markets, with the cheapest version costing €89. Analysts say it's a play by Nokia to tap into a part of the markets that's dominated by Google. And if we stay with Barcelona, Sony unveiled its latest smartphone there earlier. The Xperia Z2 is meant to take on similar models from Samsung and Apple. Sony's betting on mobile to reverse its fortunes after several years of losses. It recently announced it would sell its PC business and spin off its TV division. And next, we're moving to a deal that could redraw the telecoms landscape here in France. Media conglomerate Vivendi says it's been approached by private equity group Altice. The latter wants to merge its cable operator Numericable with Vivendi's mobile phone unit SFR. Delana de Souza has more on that.
French broadband provider Numericable has been interested in SFR for some time. The company has its eyes set on SFR's 17 million mobile consumers. The two companies have held talks over the past year, with neither side agreeing on a price. This time, however, Numericable's owner Altice has proposed an alliance, marking the company's renewed push to consolidate telecom assets.
This news could be credible, but they need to address the sector's two challenges. First, firmly respond to the competition Free has introduced, and second, propose an offer for both fixed connections and mobile to become an integrated operator.
Analysts say a merger between the two companies makes strategic sense. For now, SFR relies on rival Orange for its mobile network. An alliance could see SFR lean on Numericable's large fibre infrastructure instead. The French telecom industry was rattled by the entrance of Free. The company slashed prices for cable and mobile operations, altering the landscape of the market.
The competition in terms of electronic communication is favourable for the consumer. The arrival of a fourth mobile operator helped reduce prices. The quality of the service needs to be maintained and should be part of what the operator offers.
In June, SFR's parent company Vivendi plans on asking shareholders to approve splitting the company in two. Spinning off SFR would help Vivendi focus on its media, music and broadcasting businesses.
OK, let's take a look at the stock markets next. In the United States this hour, we're seeing indices trading to the upside. A number of deals that are helping out shares over on Wall Street, including the revelation that billionaire investor Carl Icahn has bought a 2% stake in eBay. Here in Europe, all the main indices also ended higher. They took their cue there from Wall Street towards the end of trading. Here in Paris, it's worth noting that shares in Numericable gained almost 7%. The FTSE in London was boosted by Vodafone shares, as there's speculation the mobile network operator could become a takeover target. Now, shares in British bank HSBC came under pressure, though, on Monday. It came as Europe's biggest bank by market value reported worse than expected profits. HSBC full-year earnings for 2013 came in at $22.6 billion. That's better than for 2012 on the back of cost-cutting and job cuts, but it wasn't enough to satisfy investors. OK, that is the business news for now, and I'm going to throw it back to you, Laura, for the rest of it.
Thank you, Mark.